Hello and welcome back to another edition of my More Than Superheroes movie review. Today I'm going to go back to another movie from 2018. As I get through the end of these summer months and into fall, I realize there's not as many movies coming onto theaters right now in the superhero movies. So I'm going to review a few movies I didn't get a chance to see when they were in theaters, and I have an idea for reviewing a couple of the superhero TV shows. Today I'm going to take a look at Incredibles 2. Now, it's been a while since I saw the first Incredibles, so I don't remember a lot of details about that movie, but despite that, watching Incredibles 2 was still very enjoyable. In these Incredibles movies, superheroes are illegal. That means that they can't do their work to save people because they're not part of the police or the military. So, the plot for Incredibles 2 is that Mr. Incredible, his wife Elastigirl, and their friend Frozone are going to work with a businessman to restore the good image of superheroes and hopefully make superheroes legal again. The villain of the movie is called Screenslaver. At first, we don't know a lot about Screenslaver, except that she is using screens, whether it's a tablet or a TV or something else, to hypnotize people and control them and make them do what she wants. As the movie goes on, we realize that Screenslaver hates superheroes. She thinks that people rely too much on superheroes, and she wants people to realize they shouldn't be doing that. They should rely on themselves. And so she is going to do what she can to discredit superheroes. In her past, her parents ended up being killed by robbers because her parents relied too much on superheroes. Rather than protecting themselves, they tried to get help from superheroes, and it didn't happen, and they died. As I think about this movie from a Christian perspective, I think about a couple things. The first one is a subplot with Mr. Incredible. Mr. Incredible is taking care of his 3 kids, while his wife, Elastigirl, is going off and being a hero. And it's very difficult for him. It's tough to manage. And it's even more difficult because the baby, Jack Jack, starts showing his powers. And he doesn't just have one power, he has just about every power imaginable. So this dad is trying to take care of a baby that has all these various powers, and it's very difficult. That part of the movie struck a chord with me as a special needs father. There's times where it's pretty difficult. It's pretty stressful to take care of my daughter and to take care of everything that she needs. Mr. Incredible realizes something that I realize. Sometimes you have to ask for help. Sometimes you have to get people to help you out, otherwise you're just going to get overburdened. And when Mr. Incredible asks people for help, it goes so much easier, and he's able to be the dad he wants to be. Certainly, our greatest help as Christians comes from God, but sometimes when I cry out to God in my distress, He helps me by reminding me that I need to ask people for help so that it's not as difficult. The other part of the movie that I just kind of struck a chord with me as a Christian is the part with the villain's plot. Screenslaver. She wants people to not rely on superheroes, but to rely more on themselves. So, what that made me think about is the fact that certainly it's problematic to rely too much on human beings, on other people. Now, certainly we can have times where people help us out quite a bit, and that's great. But people are sinners, and people can disappoint us. Our greatest help comes from God and what He does for us. And really, rather than relying on ourselves, we should rely on God, because we're sinners too. So we need God to remind us of our salvation in Christ and give us the greatest help. He helped us by saving us from our sin. When we cry out to Him in the distress of the guilt of our sin, He points us to Jesus and what He did to save us. And then, motivated by forgiveness, we're able to live better. We're able to do better. In that joy of forgiveness, we understand that even when things go bad in this life, we have an eternal home waiting for us. That's all for this time. Thanks for watching another edition of More Than Superheroes.